Vanakkam Chennai. We are in the throes of a very interesting battle for the Tamil Nadu Assembly. This is Chennai Poll Canvas. I'm Ramya Kannan, and in the studio today with me is Sahana. Hi, Sahana.
Hi.
So this episode, let's look at a very, very important constituency, which is the Dr. Radhakrishnan Nagar constituency or RK Nagar.
This was once called as the VIP constituency because former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha had won the by-election in 2015 as well as the
by
assembly
a massive margin of votes. Like
Yes.
I think she got 88% of all votes polled, over 88% of all votes polled. Yeah. But what happened subsequently?
She also won the assembly elections in 2016. This constituency has a back and forth between DMK as well as AIADMK. Although AIADMK has the edge over this constituency, DMK has also made significant gains, including the 2021 assembly elections.
Right.
But all roads led to this constituency a decade ago, following the death of former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha.
Yeah.
And in 2017, this constituency went into a by-poll. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's when TTV Dinakaran stood as an independent and won this election.
Right. It is a very significant sort of history, political history, particularly in this election. There were many, sort of controversies in the by-poll, the 2017 by-poll.
Yeah.
But we will come back to the politics of RK Nagar in a little while. Before that, let's head out into the field, get an idea, a sense of what this RK Nagar constituency is all about.
RK Nagar, a constituency that has seen visible infrastructure growth, now finds itself grappling with a more basic, everyday concern. Metro rail connectivity has improved access, and new bridges have eased movement across key stretches. On the surface, development here is clearly visible. But residents say one essential need still remains unmet: access to safe drinking water. Despite the presence of major infrastructure projects, many households continue to depend on water tankers and packaged supply for their daily needs. Residents point out that piped drinking water remains inconsistent, forcing them to rely on expensive and often unreliable alternatives. In several areas, this has become a long-standing issue where modern infrastructure coexists with gaps in basic amenities.
சுத்தமான குடி தண்ணீர் கிடையாது, காவா நீரோட கலந்து வருது. அதே மாதிரி ரயில்வே இடம்னு சொல்லிட்டு ரயில்வே எடுக்கிறதுக்கு முயற்சி பண்ணி 86 ஊடு ரயில்வே நிர்வாகம் எடுத்தாங்க. அதை கார்ப்பரேஷன் தான் முக்கியமாக இருந்து எடுத்தாங்க. எங்களை அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணி ஜெயிலில் வச்சுட்டாங்க. 300 குடும்பங்களுக்கும் இன்றைக்கி ட்ரைனேஜ் வசதி சரியான முறையில் கிடையாது. காவா அடைப்பு ஒவ்வொரு ட்ரைனேஜிலும் தண்ணி போகாமல் உள்ளேருந்து புழு பொங்கி மேலே வருது.
உங்களுக்கு வீட்டுக்கே தண்ணி வரும், மெட்ரோ வாட்டர் வரும், உங்களுக்கு டேங்க் மேலே ஏற்றி உங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் டெலிவரி கொடுப்போம் அப்படின்னா அவங்க சொன்னதோடு முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. அவங்க அதை மோட்டரும் போட்டிருக்காங்க, போரை போட்டிருக்காங்க. அந்த பம்பு செட்டெல்லாம் சும்மா அதை வேறு யாரோ ஆக்கிரமிப்பில் தான் இருக்குது.
இப்போது தொழிற்பேட்டையாக இருக்கக்கூடிய கிண்டி, நம்மளோட அம்பத்தூர், சோழிங்கநல்லூர் இந்த மாதிரி இடத்துக்குலாம் வேலை வாய்ப்புக்கு போனோன்னா அங்கே வேலை வாய்ப்பு இருக்குதே தவிர இந்த வட சென்னையில் இருக்க ஆர்கே நகர் பகுதியில் இருக்கிறவங்க போனோன்னா அங்கே எந்த ஒரு போதுமான பேருந்து வசதியோ போக்குவரத்து வசதியோ கிடையாது.
Locals say that while mobility has improved, everyday living conditions still need urgent attention. For many residents, the expectation is simple: development that addresses not just movement, but essential needs.
So, Sahana, the point of videos like this is to give us a sense of what the constituency looks and feels like, right?
Right.
And now let's dive right into the politics which we were discussing before this segment. Who are the candidates in the fray this time?
Right. So for the second consecutive term, sitting MLA J. John Ebenezer will be contesting for DMK. And then we have R.S. Rajesh, who will once again represent the AIADMK. Venila Thaimanuan of the NTK and N. Maria Wilson of Tamaraga Vetri Karagam will be contesting.
Yeah, TVK as everyone popularly calls it.
Yeah. Do you think it will be a two-cornered battle once again, or is there any kind of hope for TVK to make inroads in this constituency?
I'm not sure because usually in urban constituencies the battle is between the AIADMK or its partner and the DMK and its partner. It also depends on how the people have voted, and history has shown that people have voted either for the DMK or the ADMK in this particular constituency, and yet we must remember that this election is an election for change, at least as some of our candidates have been campaigning, right? We are also interested in civic issues, but because what is a constituency without its people, right? Let's go over to the field where Serena has been, doing the rounds and checking out the constituency in all this heat and dust. So, Serena, tell us about what you saw in RK Nagar.
We are in Tandiapet, one of the key areas of Dr. Radhakrishnan Nagar constituency, commonly known as RK Nagar constituency, a densely populated area in North Chennai. Narrow roads and congested streets are a common sight, but residents of this constituency say that a number of infrastructural upgrades have happened over the years. The Tandiapet bus terminus has been renovated, stormwater drains have been newly built and existing ones have been revamped to prevent flooding in residential localities. In the last few years, new sports facilities have been set up in the constituency. Gyms have also been set up for women and men in the constituency. The opening of a bridge at Yeril Nagar has come as a blessing for many residents here because they say that traffic congestion in parts of Kurukupet have eased now. However, most areas suffer from lack of a very basic amenity, clean drinking water. Residents say the sewer lines and drinking water lines are at least 40 years old, resulting in frequent contamination of sewage with drinking water. Residents, especially women, spend hours pumping drinking water every day, only to find that the water has a particular odor or is dark in color. The residents want the authorities to replace the old sewer lines and drinking water pipelines so that better water supply is provided for them. These are the main issues that residents are talking about for these elections.
Thank you, Serena, for a comprehensive roundup of RK Nagar constituency.
Yeah, Sahana, I think it's time for our roundup of the civic issues. Serena has spoken about a lot of issues that the local residents have raised. Do we want to bring some of them up and give them profile?
Sure. So this is a low income group constituency, and something that's common across the neighborhoods is that the lack of access to safe drinking water. The residents are calling the water as murky. So most of them have been relying on packaged drinking water as well.
Yeah, that is in this day and age and so many years after independence, if you're still struggling for basic water supply, well, it speaks a lot about how politicians have paid attention to the constituency. But what are some others that we can speak of?
And like any other North Chennai constituency, it is also prone to flooding. People also complain about sewage overflow in this constituency. And as it is a high density population constituency, there is also traffic congestion every now and then. There is metro rail connectivity when it comes to Tiruvachur High Road, but places like Yeril Nagar, they have very few bus services even. So people are struggling to go about their daily livelihoods.
Right. And also I think there is a stress on employment. Creating more employment opportunities for the youth in these areas. That seems to be the thread across North Chennai constituencies.
Yes, that is also true. And there has been infrastructural upgrade in this constituency. The Tandiapet bus depot has also been revamped, but residents say that they want expedited work at the Nehru Nagar flyover.
Right. So there is a very clear sense of what the residents want. I hope it is also something that engages the politicians in that area. So let's go over to someone who is from the area. He's at least a candidate in the area, R.S. Rajesh of the AIA DMK. And he has a list of things that need to be done in RK Nagar. Let's go right over to him and hear what he has to articulate about the pressing issues of this constituency.
எல்லா திட்டமும் கம்ப்ளீட்டாக முடக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு. இந்த விடியாத செயல்படாத வெகுஜன விரோத மக்கள் விரோத அரசு பார்க்குறீங்களா. இப்போ எழுச்சிகரமான உற்சாகரமாக வரவேற்பு பார்க்குறீங்களா. வரவேற்புனா எனக்கு கிடையாது வரவேற்பு, அம்மாவுக்கான வரவேற்பு, தொகுதிக்கான வரவேற்பு. மீண்டும் ஆர்கே நகர் தொகுதி அனைத்து இந்த அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கோட்டையாக மாற்ற எல்லா மகளிருக்கான கடுமையான பாதிப்புக்குள்ளே இருக்காங்க. கடுமையான விலைவாசி உயர்வு, எங்கே பார்த்தாலும் பாலியல் வன்மமும் கஞ்சா போதையும். இந்த திட்டங்கள் 10,000 ஆகட்டும் 2,000 ஆகட்டும் கேஸ் மானியமாகட்டும் மத்திய அரசும் மாநில அரசும் இணக்கமாக இருந்து நம்முடைய வறுமைக்கு கோட்டு கீழே பின்தங்கில் இருக்கக்கூடிய மக்களுக்கான ஒரு அடையாளமாக நம்ம வரி பணத்தில் ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட் வாங்கி மக்களுக்கு கொடுக்குது. 100% அதிமுக 210 தொகுதியை தாண்டி வென்று எடப்பாடியார் நான்.
நன்றி திரு ராஜேஷ். There seems to be an enduring pattern, Sahana, of constituencies in the north of Chennai,
Right.
and one of a certain neglect, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, the elected MLA will resolve all the infrastructural deficits in this constituency, and then hopefully people get benefited for it for the long term.
Yeah, hope is a prayer on the lips of every contestant and the residents of this constituency. But beyond hope, there is Chinnathambi with all his fun. Take it away, Chinnathambi.
Vanakkam, this is your Chennai Chinnathambi, back to lighten up your day with some cutting election tea. While top leaders trade barbs over high-stakes issues like delimitation, women's safety, and center-state relations, the real showdown is happening on the ground, quite literally. A skirmish broke out between the TVK and DMK cadres in Kumbakonam after the latter distributed election pamphlets that suspiciously looked like 8,000 rupees cash coupons. Some clever marketing gone wrong? Fight or no fight, I still can't help enjoying the election season, solely because of the kind of videos that pop up on my feed. It was wild Tamil Nadu in the high-profile seat of Villivakam when a man dressed in a gorilla costume took over the DMK's campaign. And it looks like the Election Commission is also keeping up with the trends. It hosted an epic drone show in Viduppuram, lighting up the sky to get everyone hyped about voting. Here's something more interesting. Our friends at Metro Plus also had some fun yesterday. They got to model the major political parties' Tundu. Who wore it better? You decide. You also get to decide who gets the keys to governance, so make sure you get out and vote. That's all from me. Before I sign off, here's a quick weather update. The maximum temperature in Chennai will be around 36 to 37 degrees Celsius, so stay hydrated. Bye!
Nandri, Chinnathambi. Sahana, have you been enjoying this AI avatar segment and his total Gen Z vibe?
Yeah, I'm sure Gen Z is listening to Chennai Chinnathambi because he's fab.
Right.
I hope he has a large fan following by now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Chennai Makkale, remember April 23rd. It's polling day for Tamil Nadu. Do go out and cast your votes, and let's make sure that the polling percentage is high. Meanwhile, on Chennai Poll Canvas, we're always here to clear your doubts about the constituencies in Chennai and bring you information on what's happening in Tamil Nadu.